Hi, it's me. I'm in my field as per usual. There's a load of cars going past you, just bear with me a minute. I just thought I'd show you these flowers. Now this here, I think it's sorrel. It actually looks like docks, but I've got a feeling I can remember planting sorrel. And this is kind of a borage, and this is also kind of a borage, but this one's far prettier, sorry, other one. And I think that either that is borage or sorrel. I just wanted to show you because things are looking really pretty. My big giant radish fell over, it got kind of bashed by the wind, and that's all that's left of it. But I left it, and it's fallen over, and it's still alive, and it's still flowering. So it'll produce some seeds. I mean, that one's not because it's come off. That one there, which is a shame, but I'll put it on the pile of compost heap pile. So there are some things growing through. We had that big downpour of rain over the last few days, and there's loads of things with shooting, but shoots coming out of that and that. I'm just going to see. Oh look, Slowworm lives here. Can you see her? There's a head and a tail there. She's got all the rest of her skin off, and there she's right underneath the hair. And it's a female slowworm, this, and it's one of our legless. It's a legless lizard basically, and this one's a female, and she shed her skin, as I said. And I put all these bits of tin down just to attract them. They were supposed to be raised beds, but I thought they could be raised beds or they could just be bits of tin on the ground. I like all those herping programs where they go looking for snakes in America, so I've chucked things like this down, and I'm trying to attract grass snakes and smooth snakes and adders and slowworms. And as I say, that's a female slowworm, and if it was a male slowworm it could be a little bit thicker and a little bit longer. They're kind of more sort of sturdy looking, but they're like a brown colour, and they have little mottled specks of blue on them. Ever so pretty. If I find a male, I'll show you. I just don't see, I only see females in the field. These are poppies coming up through, and I just sprinkled seeds in last year, and they grew. There's some parsley there as well, and there are some weeds. I need to do a weed through, but there's a lot of poppies growing. There's a load of kohlrabi as well, so I need to just sort of weed out the weeds around the kohlrabi. The rest of it's weeds really. There's garlic growing as well, and I'll have to pull some up soon and eat it. There's also all of this, and these are radishes as well, so they're either rose radish or icicle, and they've gone to flower, so I'm going to have to eat the seeds rather than the actual root part of it. There's marguerites, there's this thing here, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a weed, and it has like a weird red flower on it, and that, look at that, isn't that weird, the way it's coming up? It's going to go into flower, and that's a foxglove, but it's just weird the way it looks at the minute. But yeah, it's going to throw up its flower stem. I do like the colour, look at all the colours in here, aren't they beautiful? So we got the forget-me-nots, and there's a single little dandelion in the back there, and there's a load of fennel and all the different things, and the pink, pretty, aren't they gorgeous? There's a load of thistles coming through, and there's some speedwell underneath, and there's loads of marguerites everywhere. And this is what is it? It is oh god, I'm just having a memory blank. It's the same as that one over there. Swiss chard, there you go, Swiss chard, and it's gone into flower as well, and I'm leaving it because I'm like that, like things that I mean, this is just all weeds here, all of these. This is like chickweed in here. There's loads of dandelions. I'm going to do a proper weed through, but at the minute it looks so pretty. There's forget-me-nots, and there's the male flower of the forget-me-not there. You can't see my finger pointing, but there's a load of the sort of male flowers flowering as well. More radishes. I'll just step over. There's this thing, and I don't know, I can't remember what it's called. It's I don't know what it's called. I'm pretty sure it was like a type of lettucey type thing, but again, it's kind of gone on a bit. There's lots of little bumblebees. You can see this one. They're going through there we go, on the forget-me-nots. Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, I just love all the flowers, so I've just left them in because they're so pretty. Purple sprouting broccoli and things. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? and that's going into seed as well. So once it's flowered and done its seeding thing, I'm going to pick them off, and I'll just shake it off, and you can see there's purple on there, and it's going into flower as well. And collect the seeds, and I can grow the seeds next year. Thought they'd be quite nice. The rest of the field is just covered in what looks like weeds and seeds and all sorts of things, but look a bit pretty. So I'm leaving it as it is. There are gooseberries growing, lots of gooseberries, black currants. I think one of them is a flowering currant rather than a black currant. I was sitting in my bus shelter, I've got a chair in there now, and I sit in there in the morning and have my coffee before, like, about 7 onwards or something. And I sit in here and I have my coffee and I look at the pond and I look at my view and I watch all the birds, and it's beautiful. The pond looks like shit because it's just awful because it's got a leak somewhere, which is annoying. Around the pond's growing. There's an echium there and it fell over, so I put a fork in to hold its root in place because I think it's called White Tower and it's a different one to the ones that I normally grow. I've got all these, I got given these last year, these yew trees, so I put them around the outside. There's Hebes there's Penstemons, there's more, there's another echium, but it died, it got caught by the frost, and now it's gone into flower like that, which is weird. There's more little Hebes, there's Osteosporanum, there's purple loosestrife, there's quite a bit of purple loosestrife coming up, and there's marguerites again. I was just trying to plant lots of things that look pretty. There's the fig tree didn't make it, but I've got loads of figs. There's another rose there that's a red one, ever so pretty, and it's doing better. There's another rose there which I planted, and there's a silvery thing, and there's some salvia down over there. There's loads of tin down again to attract the snakes and the slow worms and all that sort of thing. There's an artichoke. There's some more foxgloves, and there's a big lupin over there that I put in. Again, there's loads of Hebes and foxgloves, and there's an apple tree here leaning against one of the yews. More bumblebees. Okay. There's buttercups coming up all over the place here. There's some hydrangeas down through here as well. The yew trees are actually doing quite well along here. Hydrangeas behind, more yew trees, another artichoke and another apple tree surrounded by more echiums, which are going into flower as well. But I think these are the blue ones, but they got frosted last year and it killed some of the tops off, as you can see down here, like that one there. But the rest are growing. The apple tree's blossoming. This one, I think it was out of customers and it was grafted, but this is the underneath graft. It's not, this is the rootstock basically. The graft actually didn't grow, it died. Anyway, my thing's going to run out now, so I just wanted to bring you for a quick view of my flowery field. Cheers.